Hello everyone. Whenever we are dealing with large number, we often take help of approximation. Because when we deal with large numbers, many times we are not sure about the exact number. In practical situations such as in a football match, approximately 23,000 spectators were present. Does it mean that exactly 23,000 spectators were present? No. There were 23,059 spectators were present, or maybe 22,932 spectators were present. But we take help of approximation when we want to talk about the large numbers in practical scenarios. Now, when we use approximation, what we need to know is knowledge about another topic, which is what we are going to talk in this video, and that is estimation. When we want to estimate something, we use a method called rounding off. What is rounding off? We gave example that I had actually 22,938 spectators. But now if I want to tell approximately how many spectators were present, I can say 22,000. Or I can say 23,000. Or I can say 22,900. Now I can use any of these numbers to represent this number when we talk about approximation. But we use a certain rule to decide which of these numbers should be used. We round off to the nearest of the place values. Now the place values we know is ones. We have place value of ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So what we do is we round off to the nearest of these place values. Now rounding off to nearest one has no meaning because we get the same number. So this one is not used. We use any one of these methods to round off. Now which method to use, how to use, and how to round off, we'll see now. So let's talk about rounding off. Rounding off to nearest tens. So if I have number 5,348, rounding off to the nearest 10. So tens place is this. Closest tens number to 48. The closer ones are 40 and 50. 40 is before 48 and 50 is after. Now which one we should use? To determine this, we have a rule. The rule says last digit is between 0 to 4. So it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. Then we round it off to lower 10. If the last digit is between 5 to 9, then we round off to higher tens. So now in our case, our last digit is 8. It is between 5 and 9, and hence we will round off to higher 10, which is 50, and hence the number which we will be rounding off is going to be 5,350. Now here we have rounded off to the nearest tens. What are the tens numbers? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So we have rounded off to the nearest of the tens. Nearest to 48 was 40 or 50. We use the rule that the last digit is between 0 to 4, then we round off to the lower, and last digit is between 5 to 9, then we round off to higher. Because the last digit of 48 is 8, which is between 5 to 9, we round off to the higher number, which is 50 here. So let's take the same number. Now round off to the nearest 100. 348 is the number. So nearest to 348 is either 300 or 400. In case of 100, how many zeros we have? We have 2 zeros. So we are not going to only consider the last digit, we are going to consider last 2 digits. Hence our rule will be related to last 2 digits. So between 0 to 49 and from 50 to 99. 0 to 49 will go lower and 50 to 99 will go higher. So what do we have here? We have 48. So 48 is between. So we have to go lower and hence we have to select 300. So our number becomes now 5300 when we round it off to nearest hundreds. Using the same logic, if I want to round off to nearest 1000, let's see what happens. Take the same number. Now we are talking about 1000. Take the last 4 digits here. So 5348, which is the closer. On the lower side it is closer to 5000. On the higher side it is closer to 6000. How do we decide? Now 1000 has 3 zeros. So we are going to talk about last 3 digits. The last 3 digits from 0 to 499 and from 500 to 999. 0 to 499 will go lower. 500 to 999 will go higher. Now here in this case we see 348 is between 0 to 499. So we are going to go lower. And our number is going to be approximated to 5000. While rounding off, we used the ranges as 0 to 4 and 5 to 9 when we were rounding off to nearest tens. When we are rounding off to nearest 100, we use 0 to 49 and 50 to 99. Then when we were rounding off to 1000, we use range 0 to 499 and 500 to 999. It is very difficult to remember the ranges. So what we can do is we will just observe the pattern. If you remember this range 0 to 4 and 5 to 9, it is very easy to remember the next ranges. Here 0 to 49, just add a 9 here to the end. Here also to the end range we add just 9. So 4 becomes 49, 9 becomes 99. And the first one we just add a 0. 5 becomes 50. Here 49 becomes 499. We add a 9 here. 99 becomes 999. We add a 9. And 50 becomes 500. Now this way you can remember these ranges and we will be able to round off easily. So let's take one example. 4927. I want to round off to nearest tens. Nearest tens, 10 has only 1 0 here. So we are going to use the single digit range. Okay, and what we are going to do is first we are going to make this last digit 0. Last digit 0, and then compare the last digit, which range it falls in. It falls in this range 5 to 9. So the digit which is on the left hand side of the 7, we are going to increase it. So it will become 4930. Now let's say if I want to round it off to hundreds. Now I'll take 2 digits 27. Compare with this. Where is 27 lying? 27 is lying here. First make the last 2 digits 0. Because 27 lies here, the remaining number 49 stays as it is. So if anything is in this number, stays as it is. And anything which is in this number becomes +1. Okay, so let's say now I want to do it in 1000. So 3 digits 927. So first make the last 3 digits 0. 1, 2, 3. Now 927, where it falls? It falls here. So the digit to the left of 927, which is 4, is increased by 1, becomes 5. So our number becomes 5000. Let's take one more example. So let's take 46,247. Round off to nearest 10. Nearest 10, 1, 0. Last digit, 1 digit, make 0, 0. Compare last digit, 7. 7 is here, 5 to 9. Between 5 to 9 means it becomes plus 1. The next digit, which is 4, becomes plus 1, which becomes 5. Four, 6, 2, 5. Now if I want to round it off to nearest hundreds, 100 has 2 zeros. So let's take 2 digits, 47. 47, where does it fall? It falls here. When it falls here, the remaining number stays as it is. And the last 2 digits have become 0, and 462 stays as it is. So the number becomes 46,200. Now if I want to do it 1000, how many zeros? 3 zeros. So last 3 digits becomes 0. And what is the last 3 digits? 247. Where does 247 fall? It falls here in this range. So the number which is left to the 247, which is 46, remains as it is. And so our number becomes 46,000. Now let's learn when to use which rounding off. Whether I should use rounding off to 10, 100 or 1000. Let's take 63 multiplied by 182. I can do is both I can estimate to nearest 10. Then this number nearest 10, if I have to estimate 63, last digit is 3, I'll make it 0. Nearest tens, so one digit I made it 0, and this digit 3 is between 0 to 4, so this digit stays as it is. So its number becomes 60. Compare last digit, it is in range 0 to 4, so this number remains as it is, so it is 180. Or someone can decide to estimate both to nearest hundreds. So 63 to nearest 100. 100 has 2 zeros, so I'll make 2 zeros here. Now 63, which range does it fall? 0 to 49 or 50 to 99? It falls between 50 to 99, which means I have to convert it into the next digit, which is 0 here, has to be increased by 1, so it becomes 100. So 63 estimated to nearest 100 is 100 multiplied by 182. Nearest 100, last 2 digits I will make it 0. 82, which range? 50 to 99. So the next digit to 82, which is 1, has to be increased by 1, which becomes 200. And this will give me a very high number than the actual number. So my estimation will go totally wrong. So instead of landing in this kind of situation where we might or might not get the right estimate, what we do is we use general rule. General rule talks about the highest place value. What is the highest place value in 63? 63 has place values. So what is the highest place value? Tens. In 182, what is the highest place value? So 100 is the highest place value. So as per general rule, we will round off the number to its highest place value. So in 63, highest place value is tens, so we will round off 63 to tens, and hence we'll get 60 multiplied by, in 182, the highest place value is 100. So we will round off 182 to nearest 100, and hence we'll get 200 here. And we will estimate, so this will come to 12,000. So 63 multiplied by 182 be 12,000. So once again, remember the rule. The general rule says find out what is the highest place value in that number and round off to that highest place value.